Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, everyone. Tom, aka Nostradamus. Oh, I need to really come up with a cooler intro. I don't know what to tell you, boys and girls. I'm tired. Been doing a lot of work lately. These crypto markets. You know what's really wearing me out is YouTube. YouTube is wearing me the F out. And I'm not talking about doing YouTube. I'm not like, dude, all I do is wake up. I'm like, what am I going to talk about today? And then I hop on the mic and we talk. The general consensus is lately cryptocurrency, lately Bitcoin. That market's been a little bit boring lately. Starting to get a little exciting this morning. I guess we're back at those levels. We'll take a look at the charts. We'll take a look at the prices. Everyone's starting to get a little bullish again. I mean, I guess, man. To me, yeah, it's looking good. It's looking a lot better than it did when Bitcoin was 30,000, but we're still nowhere near, where we've been in the past. Depends on where you look. Half the people say we're going to 15,000. The other people say we're going to, I don't know, 60, 70,000 this month, next month, and then we're still on track for 300K Bitcoin. I don't personally think we were ever on track for 300 Bitcoin. That being said, oh my goodness, I just said the three words I hate. Oh, anyway, yeah, I don't know. Kind of like a deer in head. I'm kind of like a deer in headlights right now. This is all right. So, why am I so exhausted, man? I tell you, this is a real deal. The clickbait. I can't take the clickbait on YouTube anymore. I'm almost like ready to cancel my YouTube subscription. Everything is urgent, warning, must know now, and I'm just like, there's just not a lot of channels out there where, and it's tough, man. I get it. I guess like sometimes I feel like I got to make these clickbaity titles. Look, everyone. I just want to hop on. I want to continue to just be the rational, level-headed, no moon boy, no hype boy. What I really think about the markets, I'm going to continue to repeat the same message over and over. The channel may build more. No, that's not good grammar. The channel might be a slow build. But and it bothers me. I have to ask to hit the like button. I mean, I don't. The like button, man. It drives me insane, but you gotta hit that like button. If you don't hit that like button, the like button is what makes the algorithm bring more people, right? And I've said numerous times, I don't want to be famous, right? I do want to be rich. I don't need to be like a garage full of Lamborghinis rich. I just want to be, not have to worry about money. And I don't care to do, I don't need YouTube. I don't want YouTube to do that. I want to do that with trading, actual trading, right? Like most channels out there, right? Like how many channels out there do the people really make their money off trading stock markets or trading cryptocurrency? I would say it's few and far between. Without like, obviously the highly successful channels would make a ton of money off that, or you got your other things. Like it really bothers me, like market cipher, man. Like I considered making a video, should you buy market cipher? Well, at the end of the day, it seems like a useful tool, but it's being sold as like this great way for you to make like millions in the cryptocurrency market. The bottom line is that's not going to happen, right? So the video would go something like this. Yeah, market cipher, if you've got a lot of money and you can piss away like $1,500 for a lifetime subscription, it is probably a semi-decent, useful tool that consolidates a lot of things together. I even believe and think there's ways to take aggregate data around from all these different quants and build an even more useful tool. And maybe someday, like when I have enough money, maybe I do something like that. Try and figure something like that out. Probably not. Probably just gonna kick back, relax, and enjoy, my stacks. But yeah, so Anyway, I didn't do that. I just wanted to go back. Again, this is going to be a no hype channel. I want to build my wealth off actually doing good in the markets. And right now, I think cryptocurrency is the best place to do that. Again, I'm not going to moonboy. I'm not going to hype it up. Let's get into the charts. Let's take a quick look at the stock market. I have so my pulse. Let's take a look at the stock market. It did just open up. My pulse on the stock market is I don't know where the stock market's headed. It's really hard. I do think there's still a lot of opportunity in the stock market, but I'm mostly focused in cryptocurrency right now because I think that is where most, if not all, the best opportunity is right now. The title, is it too late to buy Bitcoin? Is it too late to buy cryptocurrency? Is it too late to buy altcoins? Which altcoin should I buy? Well, if you've been around the channel for a while, this message is not going to change. My exit strategy is not going to change. But I think it's important to reaffirm where we sit and where I stand and the fact that this is my plan. I'm sticking to it. I'm not making any major deviations to it. And in fact, I've recently taken more cash out of the stock market to have it on the sidelines to buy the dip. I personally don't think I'm going to see that dip I want to buy, and that's fine, right? Now I have cash on the sidelines to buy a massive dip if it happens, or I just have cash on the sidelines, right? Maybe that cash gets utilized in better opportunities that come along, like real estate. And I'm not saying real estate's a great opportunity right now. That's another thing I don't have a great, finger on the pulse. I don't, depending on who you talk to, real estate's going to continue to go to the moon for a while. We still got moratoriums on evicting people. We still have shortages on lumber. We still have shortages on housing as far as I know. I don't know when all that's going to come crumbling down or if it even will come crumbling down. Some people say it's not going to come crumbling down and it's just going to continue to go to the moon for the next decade. Just like cryptocurrency, urgent warning, mustn't oh my goodness, I don't even want to look at my feed. Bro, the fact that Google lifted the ban on crypto wallets is not urgent. I need to know now. That's pretty cool news. Anyway, so yeah, let's see what's going on in the stock market. NASDAQ, woo. Yeah, so see what I'm talking about, man. Like everyone, and I wasn't so bullish. So the NASDAQ's down negative 115. The E-mini down 26. I've only got 2 positions left in my what used to be a pretty big stock account. It had reached a point of over like 300 grand at one point in 2020. Had a really, really freaking good year. Killed it on Tesla, killed it on Neo, killed it on ChargePoint. I don't know what else we killed it on. We killed it on a lot of stuff over there. And I do think there's still opportunity in the stock market. So I don't think we're going to continue to go up. There maybe towards the end of the summer, 3rd and 4th quarter, we might see some moves up that might linger in the 1st quarter of 2022. But at the end of the day, I think we got to start paying the piper a little bit based on just how ridiculous the NASDAQ run and the stock market run has been, right? Like this is just ridiculous. This when we stretch this thing out, it doesn't look too bad, but then I've talked about this before. You consolidate this thing in and it's pretty scary looking. It's so yeah, man, it's still looking a lot like the .com crash. We have not seen, all right, so we have not seen the crazy crash and then relief rally like we did in the .com crash. We've seen a little mini crash. What was that? And this is very important. If you're not in the stock market and all you want to hear about is cryptocurrency, let me explain something to you. If the stock market crashes, your cryptocurrency is going to go up in a pile of flames too. Good morning, St. Gang. Housing depends on interest rates. That is 1,000,000% true. And if Biden cancels the 1031 reinvestment rule, that rule will only bring in $42 billion and it hurts anyone looking for a fan. Are you a Trump lover, Saint Gang Gang? I gotta tell you, I definitely liked the economy under Trump. I'm not too happy with Biden, to be honest. I'm kind of like, do I need to go libertarian or something? I don't know. Like, what's going on with their government? This whole, I'll tell you what's going on. Oh, are you gonna make me side tangent? Take the stream off the rails. The bipartisan, the way the country is being torn apart, and I think heavily led by foreign propaganda, manipulated by foreign propaganda, social media, all this stuff is helping like just create this crazy divide. Like, are we headed towards the next civil war led by digital media? It's not out of the question, right? It's not out of the question. I mean, you're going to have a difference of opinions. I get that. But we have too much extremism on both sides. I hate that on both sides. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a shell game right now with all these taxes. Like, we're turning on the money printers, and now, like, we're trying to recoup it too quickly with crazy tax laws. And look, dude, I don't understand like what Biden's doing with some of these tax laws, man. You wanna make people turn on you fast, raise taxes, right? And he's not just raising taxes. He's hitting the nitro button with some craziness. And then I don't know. There's still talk of taxing unrealized gains. I mean, like that. I don't even understand. And then retroactive, please, unrealized gains, would be just too much. I would like, and it's only going to kill, that's the thing, it's not going to kill the rich people, like the super rich that can afford high dollar CPAs and high dollar lawyers and really shelter their money, man. Like, how am I supposed to get ahead, right? It's like this. Two trains on a track going the same way. I'm finally starting to come up with trading and, you know, a lifetime of working hard and making a lot of money and doing certain things, watching my expenses, buying a house and getting lucky with the housing market going up and being able to accumulate some equity and some money, some net worth, turning that into, turning that net worth, cash out refinance, taking that money, putting it into the stock market, getting a little lucky, right? Like, I have a trading strategy that works really well in the stock market. It's selling option premium. You know what you're doing. You can make money. You can chip away and you can make money, but it's a grind. There's two ways to make money in the stock market. And one of those, actually, two of those ways will probably come to fruition in cryptocurrency too. But the two ways in the stock market are sell option premium, trade small, trade often, and trade a bunch of diverse option strategies that have a better than 50% chance of success. And I used to do that quite a bit and I was really successful. But lately, you know, again, I'm into cryptocurrency where I think the return is a minimum 2x in the short term. I think right now, is it too late? No, it's not too late. Buy now, right? I think if you buy cryptocurrency now, and this is not financial advice. This is what I'm doing. This is what I think, right? You have to make your own decision. And again, I'm going to say it. If I said it once, I said it a million times. Only whether it's the stock market and especially cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is the easiest thing on the planet right now to make money in, and it is ironically also the hardest. If you don't invest, if this money, like whatever money you're going to invest, you got to look at it. You got to look that money straight in the eye. Whether it's a stack like this or a stack like this, right? And I know it's all digital, but come on, visualize with me, right? You take this stack and you look it right in the eye, whether is it Benjamin Franklin on there? You look old Ben right in the eye and you say, you know what, dude? I could light you on fire right now and not care. If that is not the attitude you have with your money, you're probably going to fail, especially in cryptocurrency, because I don't know if you noticed this. We just had a 53% dip. And this 53%, everyone's talking about, oh, this looks more like the 2013 crash than the 2017 and blah, 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 blah. Maybe. Oh, and the triangle. Everyone's talking about the triangle. We're either going to have a breakout or a breakdown. A breakout to, oh, I don't know, on the triangle. What's the breakout to? Like 50,000 or breakdown down to 60,000? Man, come on, dude. Like there's, TA just doesn't go as far in cryptocurrency. Like there's some good stuff, but yeah, man, at the end of the day, so maybe it's not 2013, maybe it's not 2017, maybe it's a bit of a hybrid, right? Like it's in between. Is it 2013 had an 80% dip? So I think it's a bit in between. 2017 didn't really have any dips over 50%. I think 2017 had 7 dips of 30% or greater. So far, this one, we had a little 14%. I don't know, that was, so we've only had one, as far as I know, like it hasn't even, so far, it hasn't even been that bad. We haven't seen the dips like we have in 2017. We had a 30% dip. We had a nice rally. This is the Tesla rally right here. And then the dip got the next dip. These are all V-shaped recoveries, and this is an interesting article that I do want to reference. This one's a tough V-shape. But you know, those dips, they got easier and easier, and I was kind of starting to think, you know, these dips would kind of continue to be like that. The market would become more liquid, more, you know, institutional investors come in, as far as I know. And I'm talking about like your Apples, your Googles, your Facebooks, your Twitters. So far that hasn't seemed to play out, right? So I think there's two things that could really make this market go to the moon this year. And that would be, and maybe this huge dip is the catalyst that was needed for your Apples and your Googles and your Facebooks to buy some Bitcoin. But we won't know until the next earnings report for the most part, because again, why would they announce it, right? If they want to buy and accumulate Bitcoin, they're going to want to buy it at 38,000 or 30, even at 30,000. Hell, they might even call up, they might be the ones calling up Jamie Dimon saying, hey, spread this BS and let's pump it, let's dump it a bit more. Let's get one last little squeeze out of it. One last massive little chili dipper. And this is part of the exit strategy, right? I say it's not too late to buy Bitcoin. What coins to buy? Dude, like that hasn't changed either. And all the pictures, all the little icons on my thumbnail speak for itself. A picture's worth, what is it, 1,000,000 words, 1,000 words, a trillion words. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, Cardano, and I have Harmony One on there. Those are the 5 I'm going with. The Harmony One's the riskiest one on there for sure. Oh yeah, we back over a half milli. Pretty excited about that. We up a quarter mil, right? Like this is what crypto can do for you. And I do think at minimum, there's a 2x left in it. Minimum, right? Oh, Tom, 2x, man. Everyone else talking 10x. Hey, look, dude. Go over to the stock market and find you guaranteed 2x money. I'll take 2x on my money every year for the rest of my life, right? If I could 2x my money once a year, every year, dude, I'll take that all day long over, you know, a 10x this year and then a half x next year and then a negative 30x the next year, right? I mean, not, you know, 0.3x. But yeah, man, like I think cryptocurrency at a minimum has a 2x left in it. I think Bitcoin will see new all-time highs this year. I think Ethereum could see 10,000 this year, which would be a 2x its all-time high. And we're not even at its all-time high right now. So at 10K Ethereum is going to continue to get a lot of limelight, a lot of spotlight on it. A lot of people, the fact of the matter is you know, Bitcoin needs Ethereum, but the problem is most people don't understand Ethereum and all these different altcoins. For the longest time, a lot of people don't understand DeFi, and a lot of people don't understand NFTs that well. And DeFi and all these smart contract plays, even NFTs, which is just having it's so NFTs is kind of like this area of all these ICOs in 2017 that kind of caused the problem. So you're seeing a lot of that in the NFT space right now. So that's the kind of thing where NFTs will probably shake out over the next few years and start really becoming a big thing during the next market cycle. A lot more people will start understanding what all these smart chains are doing and how important it is going to be to, and it's going to drastically change our lives. But the fact of the matter, I mean, and I've mentioned it a few times on here, I'm a network engineer. Like my official title is network engineer, but at the end of the day, I still do a lot of cloud work. I do a lot of security and firewall. Like that's all I've been doing for the last month. It's just working on these Palo Alto firewalls for a really big escrow company, and it's a tremendous amount of work. There's a lot of routing and switching involved. I'm not gonna whack. All I'm trying to say is that I understand IT, right? I work for an IT company, a big IT company where we manage service. We're a managed service provider, and we provide IT services. And I'm a project. I do projects, and I work with really, really, really freaking smart people in an IT company. There's probably about 10 of us that are at the high level engineering level. And I would say of the 10 of us, only one other person on the team really understands cryptocurrency, like, you know, smart chains and validators and decentralization and network effects, right? Out of 10 people on a high skill level team, I would say only one person understands it anywhere near the same level I do, and he's a really smart dude. And then you got a couple other people, and and the rest of the team, they know Bitcoin, they know, but they just know like what everyone's talking about. Oh, what to buy: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, but they don't really know, right? Like if I were to say Bitcoin's a store of value, they would just look at me and like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And then to them, it's just a name and a number and a way to make money, right? So just think about the average layman. And then you go across the rest of the company, and there's a few people that are trading cryptocurrency. Again, I'm talking about a high level, and cryptocurrency is extremely IT related, right? Network and all that related. There's a few, and there's like some people that know it, right? And I don't know for sure. That there's some of those people might know it more than I even think so. But out of a team of, I would say like 50, 60 people, less than 10 of them are trading cryptocurrency. And out of those 10, the only person I've even talked to that really knows it at a highish, and I'm not saying I'm an expert, a level that equivalent of mine is one other person. So that just shows you like, what is that like? And you know, you go across the rest of the world, billions of people, right? It's going to take another cycle or two, right, for it to really at the end of the day, these networks, your Ethereums, your Cardanos, right, projects, and that's the thing, projects are starting to kick off and they're starting to do really well. DeFi is going to start really changing the game. There's already been some successful like AMMs, AM Swap, Pancake Swap and things like that. Those will start building steam. You got your Binance Smart Chain. It's changing the game a lot, especially with adding your being able to buy securities, your Tesla coins, and what do they add? Apple. They're gonna fight some uphill battles probably with like the SEC and things like that. But those, you know, it's going to greatly change the game, right? And then you got your lending protocols and things like that, right? And there's going to be pros and cons to everything. There's going to be some shakeouts. There's going to be some ups and downs. And then other projects are really, a lot of it, they just have to figure out, you know, the trilemma: security, scalability, and, security, scalability, and speed is the trilemma with like your smart contract platforms. And that's like the big one right now. Ethereum's trying to figure out is the speed, and that's one they're all trying to figure out without sacrificing decentralization, right? So they're gonna, you know, it's gonna take some advances in technology, and they're gonna bolster that up. Projects are going, like, everything in the future, I see everything. Well, not everything, but a vast majority of stuff being run on the blockchain. The blockchain, right? That is what, but that's just not as exciting as the word cryptocurrency. Blockchain is the thing, right? Blockchain is the future, right? So there is massive opportunity in there, and you just got to look back. No, it's not too late. But the exit strategy, I have a plan A and a plan B. It's not too late. I think cryptocurrency is going to at minimum 2x, possibly 3 to 10x, depending on your altcoin, right? I don't think Bitcoin is going to, Bitcoin might have a 3 to 4x, right? My price target's 120 to 180. So I guess even like a 3 to 4 to 5x possible. The stock to flow guy, let's look at that dude. He says we're still on track. It was an interesting article. He says we're still on track for, so the crypto market recovers 300 billion in 3 days. The stock to flow guy, here we go. He says he believes that the stock to flow model, they're all V-shaped recoveries. He's seeing, and I mean, you're going to hit your wagon to anyone in any analyst out there. Like, it's hard to go wrong with the stock to flow guy. He's probably been the most accurate guy out there, and his model makes a lot of sense. Stock, aka how much Bitcoin is out there versus the flow and how it's flowing, right? Like, he has a really good model. It is definitely a model you want to pay attention to. So he says we're still on track. He, his little indicators printing a orange dot or something like that, even with the massive sell-off. And there's evidence that institutions are buying, contrary to what our boy Jamie Dimon said yesterday and what we discussed about. Go to the BC hour and 4-hour charts. Did we confirm retest? Please draw lines. You're kidding, right? Oh yeah, so that's that. I mean, seriously though, there are some big price points that I'm looking at for Bitcoin, and I would consider, and I'll probably consider going long. And I say don't do this. Do as I say, don't do as I do. I would consider doing a leverage long in Bitcoin. But calm down, everyone. I'm not talking about 100x, 5x, freaking Bybit BS and green dots on the daily market cipher, right? I'm talking about a micro Bitcoin future. It's an easy way for me to get some Bitcoin, right? With a little bit of leverage. And all I'm talking, a micro Bitcoin future is 1/10 the size of Bitcoin. So a micro Bitcoin future right now with Bitcoin at $38,540 is equivalent to buying $3,854 of Bitcoin, right? So it's an easy way for me to get in and out of Bitcoin when I think it's going to go long with a little bit of leverage. And that leverage it's really just capital efficiency, right? My capital requirements on that $3,850, now $2, I only need in my account 60% of that. So whatever 60% of that is, like $2,400, right? I only need $2,400 to go long $3,850 of Bitcoin. I'm not taking $2,000 and 100x leveraging Bitcoin where like there's a 99.9% chance I'm going to get liquidated in under 5 minutes, right? I'm just talking this is actually a form of leverage trading I condone, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say go. My message is don't leverage trade, right? Let's hop over to this one, the Bitcoin, the big daddy, the future everyone talks about, the one that the institutions, the one that once it came out is what began to be the beginning of the end of the last bull market. This is a 5-to-1. This is an institutional, you can do it in a stock account, not your BS overseas VPN needed. Well, I guess FEMEX you can do in the US now, but this is a regulated future, 5-to-1 leverage, right? This is the equivalent. And I YOLO'd this. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was stupid, kind of stupid. I knew Bitcoin. I had the money though, right? I had the money, and at the time I didn't understand. I was learning Bitcoin, and I was waiting to be able to buy Bitcoin, and I wanted to buy. I was at the point Bitcoin was at 20,000. I'm like, yeah, man, I want 5 Bitcoins, right? I'm good with buying 5 Bitcoins. You know, at the time I only understood Robinhood, and I was still learning the markets and how to buy it. And I was set. I was things like Binance and Coinbase. All these things scare me. I don't know why. It's intimidating. I didn't know them. Tell you right now, if you're in that position and this is all intimidating, it's not that bad, man. I never talk about my links down below, but there we go, man. I mean, the links are down below, right? These are the exchanges I use. They're not too hard to set up. Some of them are really easy. Your Gemini and your Coinbase are really easy. They got a little bit higher fees. Your Coinbase, you can trade on Coinbase Pro. You're starting to get a little bit more, you're going to have to put a little effort into understanding that. The ones I really like are Kraken and Binance, though both of those could be that buying crypto on the Binance like app on your iPhone is not too bad. Take a little bit to figure out. You might have to watch a couple videos. The web-based version of it's kind of a pain. Kraken's kind of the same way, but they're both great exchanges. They got great security. If you just want easy and if you want to sacrifice super easy and you don't mind paying a bit more, Gemini is probably the best one out there because it's super easy, just like Coinbase. Coinbase is cool because you can earn free crypto on there, but it's a small amount. And then Gemini is really cool because you can stake tons. It's earn. They call it earn. You can earn free coin off your stuff over there. Normally, I wouldn't recommend BlockFi, but they've lowered the amount you can really make interest on. Kraken's really good if you like Polkadot. You can get 12% on your Polkadot. I think they added Cardano over there too. So if you don't want to mess with sending your Cardano out to like your dataless wallet, because then you're going to have to put some effort in. If you really want to earn like passive income, you're going to have to figure that out. But if you want to keep it easy, that's how you do it. Anyway, this has just been Tangent City. No, so the plan, right? It's not too late to buy. I would be looking to go long. Price targets I'm actually really looking at that I think are really important. Obviously, we're at that level, the 38, 39,000, 40,000 that we've hit numerous times in the past, and we have gotten rejected. There are things I just like to look at, right? I don't put a lot of stock in a TA, but I do like to look at like trends. Trends can be useful. And these are some trends I'm seeing, and we are above this recently created red trend line that I've created. I think that's a really good sign. But the one that's really important to me, obviously the 40K is just a big psychological one. But this 50 on the Bitcoin growth curve, it's like a 50 fib. This one's really important to me. I think we got to get above this, and we got to hold above this. In my opinion, if we can't get above this this midpoint on the Bitcoin growth curve and hold that, the bull run's over. It is over. And in fact, it is probably not going to be good if we've already tested it twice. I don't know how many more tests of this we can take before it starts getting bad. And this isn't an end all on it, but you go back and you look at it, and it's, I do think I'd have to switch it over to the other chart, but the other chart's got a lot of busy stuff on it. I don't really, let's see if we can take a quick look. But as you go back, man, like in the last bull run, I don't know that it dipped below it. And then so this has all the dips on there. So if it's too much for your eyes, I apologize. The last bull run, we did dip below it. So this is very similar. We did dip below it, but I don't think we did get close, but I don't think we had any actual retest of it. So the last bull run, we did dip below it. We had that 43% dip. We just had that 53% dip. So this is all very similar right now. And then the same thing, it did bottom out at this line below the 50. It never actually, it came close. It never actually touched it until it did. Oh, and then it did. So it very similar, very similar. It did touch it. It did hang around. Oh, wow. I am wrong. So we, oh wait, so it went above, but it went below it early. And then it went below it hard again. So this is kind of where we would be right now. Yeah, and this is playing out with what I'm showing, like this 43% dip, and then we got this 92 bar deal here. So it did dip below it. It stayed there for a while. So if history repeats itself, once we get back above it, and it did even kind of come close to testing it. But so here we are. If we go back to 2017, we went below it. It never actually touched it. We have touched it this time a few times. So I do feel like if we get back above it, and then we might retest it, and if it retests and holds, we could be off to the race. That might be a good time. That might be a good time to invest more Bitcoin if you believe in the dream. So my strategy hasn't changed. I got plan A and plan B. Most of my money is already in cryptocurrency, right? Like 90% of my net worth is in cryptocurrency. Again, it is an amount that I could light on fire. It wouldn't be a comfortable fire. It would only keep me warm for about 10 seconds. And then it's going to be a long road back, but I'm not going to be homeless, right? You know, it's just, I've just extended my grind, my daily work grind. I'm going to have to pick myself back up. And that's what you got to be able to do. You've got to be able to invest an amount, again, that you can afford to lose. And you know, if you lose it, you can pick yourself back up. Not too many people out there can invest an amount of money that can change, that can turn into a lot more money and not be that big of a deal if they lose it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where most people are. And that's how the markets are. Cryptocurrency is going to be a lot riskier than the stock market, though I currently, and again, not financial advice, I don't think cryptocurrency is riskier. Well, I shouldn't say that, it is. But at the end of the day, I think, I do think cryptocurrency is going to at minimum 2x. I think Bitcoin, this new yellow line I did right here, I just did this morning. This is what I think is going to happen. This yellow line right here is just important that if this does relief rally and then Bitcoin dumps and Ethereum pumps, that's a big sign that it's over, right? Or that it's likely over, because that's what it's done in the past. And that would be a time where I start taking some earnings off the table. But what I think is going to happen is I think we are going to come back above. It might take a little while, like another 4 or 5 weeks. I think we're going to come back up to this. I thought we were going to get back to 70K pretty quick here. I'm more thinking we might need to move this out into the end of July and then mid-July, and then we'll probably see another like small dip and lull, and then, but if this happens, right, if this happens and this really goes to the moon, we're looking at another typical 4-year cycle where it blows its top off, and then Bitcoin, or the whole market dumps, the whole market relief rallies, Bitcoin dumps, ETH pump. Same strategy, right? That's plan A. Plan A, right? Like if this happens, this whole Bitcoin dumps, ETH pumps, plan A is start taking profits off the board. I mentioned numerous times what I plan taking off the board. Quickly take a look. Hopefully I'll be up in Bitcoin when I take some off the board, but I got 1.74 Bitcoins. I want to remain a whole coiner no matter what. So at max, and I actually have a little bit more than this, but at max, I wouldn't take more than like 0.74 Bitcoin off. It's just a psychological number. I have crazy OCD. I have roughly 60.5 Ethereum. I want to be a whole coiner in Bitcoin. I want to be a whole validator in Ethereum, meaning I don't want to take more than 32. I always want to have 32 Ethereum in my bag. And then my next biggest one, or actually my biggest bag out there, is Cardano. It's the one I love and believe in the most. Ethereum is right. So Ethereum's right there. And at the end of the day, Ethereum sometimes becomes the biggest bag. It just kind of depends. I love them both, right? I personally think that if you want to make this life-changing wealth everyone talks about, it's going to be, you can do it with Ethereum. The quickest you can do it with Ethereum and Cardano. But it's the riskiest, kinda, right? Like I said, Bitcoin's going to dump, and then Ethereum and Cardano are going to go to the moon. So you know that looks like a top, right? That's plan A. I think that will likely play out again because greed will dictate it, right? It's just too easy to manipulate it and for the whales to squeeze every last penny out with a strategy that works. And that strategy just makes a lot of sense. They start dumping Bitcoin. They start pouring it into the altcoins, start pumping that up, get retail to pump it up more. They dump that shit and then they just go down the line, right? So I think greed will dictate that again by the whales. The savvy retail idiots like you and me will know that and will be ready for it, right? The hard part is like when Ethereum's going up like 400%. Oh man, like can it go to 1500%, right? Like, man, take some profits, man. You know the saying, you don't go broke by taking profits. So I think that will likely pay out. I do think Cardano and Ethereum, man, I think those. So who was the dude? Like that one guy was saying Bitcoin's like copper and all this stuff. I tell you, dude, Bitcoin's not gold. It's more like copper. No, boys and girls. No, Bitcoin is digital gold, pure and simple. Pure and freaking simple. And your Cardanos and your Ethereums, these are your big tech companies. These are the big tech companies of the future. These are your Googles, your Microsofts, your pure and simple. There's going to be numerous trillion dollar smart chains out there, and then numerous multi-billions to hundreds of billions of smart chains. And I don't like, man, get in, like, not financial advice, but that I'm not worried, right? Plan B is I'm not worried, because if I'm wrong on plan A, I just wait till I'm right on plan B, right? And that's just wait till 2025, right? Go grind it out. If it crashes, if it goes to no PTSD here. It's not going to be a lot of fun, but I mentally prepare myself every day. I wake up and say, this could be the day that you're wrong until you're right, Tom. This could be the day that it's over. It crashes hard. It doesn't follow previous cycles. And Bitcoin goes to 10,000. Ethereum goes to 500. Cardano goes to 20 cents. It could happen. My portfolio goes down 80%. I go down to 100,000. I go down to like negative $100,000 in net losses. I talked about yesterday potentially selling some Bitcoin to buy some Ethereum because I think Ethereum is going to be a much better rate of return. I do want to retract that. I thought about it. Like, no, man. While I do think that's the case, I don't want to reset my long-term capital gains timer, right? Like, so if I sell Bitcoin at short-term capital gains and buy Ethereum, I'm resetting in a short-term capital gains or long-term capital gains on Ethereum. And at the end of the day, I love my portfolio percentages. So again, every day you got to do this. Like it's like guided meditation. You got to wake up and say two things. I've invested an amount of money that I can afford to lose. That's easy to say, but when the rubber meets the road, are you going to you could still panic sell, right? So you've got to wake up every freaking day. Hit them like buttons. Hit them like buttons. I'm dropping the best knowledge content out there. I firmly believe this on YouTube to prepare you to make a freaking ton of money in cryptocurrency. You've got to wake up every freaking day and say, this could be it, Tom. This could be the day that shit hits the fan and your money is going to go up in flames. But here's the deal. 2025, oh my God, a miracle happened. Somehow, some soothsayer, some warlock sprinkled some magic dust on your ashed money and has 10x'd it, right? So You just have to wait till you're right. I'm either going to be right out of the gate, which I think has a greater than 50% chance of success. We're going to see 2x, 3x, 5x, maybe some blow off top 10x. There is 10x potential left in this cryptocurrency market. It is not out of the question for Bitcoin to go to $300,000 or $400,000. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's not out of the question. There is a possibility that this $500,000 portfolio could see 3 to 5 million in the next, like 4 to 5. It's possible. It is freaking possible. But it's also possible that this portfolio could see 100 or 50,000 in that time frame. So plan A is, I'm just looking for, a 2 or 3x. I'm going to be happy. I prefer the 2 or 3x. It turns into more of a super cycle, not more of a blow your top off cycle. I don't think we're going to see a super cycle if Bitcoin goes to 3, 4, 500,000. If Bitcoin goes to 3, 4, 500,000, right? Like I'm going to start, I don't know. I would say anything over $200,000 Bitcoin, I'm going to start taking chunks of it off, just Bitcoin off the table, right? Because again, market dumps, market relief rallies, Bitcoin dumps, right? So if Bitcoin blows its top off, and I mean, and my number is actually this top growth curve, right? So at the end of 2022, that number is only a modest like 160,000, right? Or even 150,000. So anything over like $150,000 Bitcoin, maybe I start taking small pieces off, like 0.03 Bitcoin, 0.05 Bitcoin. And it can, right, it can blow its top off over that. I don't think it did in the last one, maybe a hair. Let's see how much over it did go. So, about 4%. I was hoping for more than that. It's only about 4%. I don't know about the one before that. And then, again, this isn't, just because this is only 2 data points, right? Like this isn't the 10 commandments on stone type stuff. So, but I think to me, if this cycle does do what it should do, I think there's a really, and this is a big reason why I think why my price target is where it is. So if it does get around the $160,000 level, I'll start taking chunks off. I'll start taking chunks off. And then what could happen, it should happen, is the whole market might have a big chili dipper. Then it has a relief rally, right? And that's why the cycles for Bitcoin and everything else is a bit different. Bitcoin starts dumping, Ethereum goes parabolic. That is likely when Ethereum could flip Bitcoin. It might be brief, and I think Ethereum could possibly pull that off without that, right? Because Ethereum is badass, right? Ethereum, again, like I mentioned it earlier in this stream, man, I've been waxing on too long. I'm going to wrap this up, boys and girls. I really appreciate, but that's my strategy, man. Plan A, plan B. I'm either going to be right this year and wealthy as F, or like plan B, the stocks will flow, dude. I'm waiting to 2025 and my money will miraculously be brought back from the ashes like a phoenix. Bitcoin still struggling. Did hit 39,000 this morning. Still struggling with that level. We'll have to see what happens there. Ethereum, $2,798, pushing 3K again. Cardano, man. Cardano is doing good. Polkadot, I don't even want to get to Polkadot. So Cardano got over $1.80. I'm really happy about that. Polkadot, the one I've been pounding the freaking table on the most as of late. When it was at below $20, I bought a lot more. I forget, like, I paid like $30 though, man. I should have waited. Like $20, are you freaking kidding me? And then, so this one is like, this does not surprise me at all. Polkadot, anything under, it's still a good buy. Polkadot, anything under $30, I think is a great buy. I did mention, I did think it was one of the best buys on the table. And I said the same thing about Harmony One. I'm a big fan of Harmony One. And this is a smart chain that's going to be one of those big players I'm talking about. This thing's only a couple $2 billion right now. Dude, this thing can easily become just even a $50 billion or $100 billion company, right? 50 or 100 million. That's like a 20 to 50x on your money, right? Over the next 4 years. So this is the higher risk one that I'm going to continue to buy some because it's super cheap right now. I recently just bought a bit more. It's about 5% of my portfolio. I think this is one of those plays out there. Look at your Solanas. I love me some Solanas, right? There's a few other smart chains. I think a huge explosion in Harmony One's coming. All right, Saint Gang Gang, thanks for coming by. Again, did Saint Gang Gang like, or did you dislike me today? Was I late or something? All right, like, subscribe, bell button, as our boy would say. I'll be back 6:25 a.m. PST. Be there, be square, peace. Love you all, and Noob.